Right, during the filming, Callum, we encountered a problem, didn't we?
We did indeed.
Would you care to explain?
We went into the Napier IT point and went to book a room in the tower. So when we got to the tower, we got escorted up by security, which opened the door for us, and he told us that we'd be here, well, until we booked it, which was until 6 at the time. So we went to that room and we were just looking around, trying to find the best angles and what we could do for a recording, which was to do it for assessment 2. And then around probably 25 minutes into that, when we were beginning to start recording, the security officer came back and said to us that we would have to leave due to the room being booked beyond that point, and there was another group, which wasn't for this class, but another class in general, coming into that room. So he escorted us to another room downstairs, which wasn't as big, so that did take a lot of time to kind of readjust and kind of find the correct ways of what we were going to do in that room.
So during recording, we experienced an issue where we went outside, and due to using the internal microphone on the Canon, we experienced a lot of backlash from the wind at that time. Can you go into detail on the situation that happened with that?
Right, at the end of the day after we filmed all our stuff in Napier University, our last thing we had to do was outside of my flat, and it was very late at night, it was getting really dark, and we decided to film in the windiest day in Scottish history apparently. And like you said, Callum, we got a lot of backlash from the wind because we're using the internal microphone of the Canon, which, to be fair, that is our fault because we should have, organised it earlier and got an external microphone. Even a clip-on mic would have been better, or an attachment for the Canon. But unfortunately, we left it last minute because we actually had a friend to come down to play a third character who couldn't come until the last week. So we're really, pressed for time, and the time constraints really hit us hard, especially in that situation.
So an aspect that probably took longer than it should have was when we were scouting for film locations, because we ran into a little bit of bother, didn't we, Callum?
Indeed.
Would you like to elaborate?
Can do. So when thinking of film locations, we were thinking of the best places that we could do it. At first we thought of a toilet or a bathroom, just thinking that the character Blaine could have been hiding in the bathroom and the bully, in this case Vinny, was looking for him. We felt like a bathroom would be good because it would be an opportunity to peek through the door and you would see the character Blaine, in this case, through the scene. So with our director in mind, we chose Orson Welles. So Orson Welles is most well known for Citizen Kane. Within the movie Citizen Kane, one of his most famous shots were the deep focus. Now with the deep focus in mind, what we did was we focused on Blaine's face when he was peeking around the corner, and then the camera went backwards and then focused the bully in the shot, as well as still having Blaine in the shot in the background. So the filming location, as we said earlier, ended up in Napier University. We were originally, as you said, went through the ideas of a portaloo to a bathroom, and then felt it would be best to do it in a room because that's where we would get the best lighting and where we could probably record the best scenes as well.
Overall, the assessment I feel was a really good and enjoyable experience. Do you feel like you enjoyed it, and what was your most favourite part of it?
Overall, it was definitely a learning curve. We've never been in that really situation before. Like, obviously I've used a camera and whatnot before, but I've never actually set out, planned a full production to go on for like a full day with cast members and stuff. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. But the thing that I enjoyed the most, I would have to say, was the editing part, because I've done a few bits of editing myself before, but only really like trimming and maybe like speeding up footage. But in this situation, I actually got to try my hand in like some more special effects work, which I wouldn't say I did an excellent job because it was my first time. Obviously I had to learn how to do it and then implement it. I never had a lot of time to do that in, but I learned so much during the process. Like I was doing, for a part of our documentary, looking in his eyes, and I didn't even look in any tutorials, and I just played around with Premiere and figured out how to do it. But like I said, it needs some work, but it's definitely something I want to pursue even outside of uni to get better at. Yeah, so I'd have to say that the editing was probably the bit I enjoyed the most. But I also did like, writing out the script and getting to play in a character, because obviously I'm not a terrific actor. But overall, I would definitely say it was an important experience for building confidence.